The demand for Tesla vehicles is skyrocketing, so many people are shopping in the used market. If you order a brand new Tesla today, there's a good chance you won't get it for a long time. Perhaps you're thinking about buying a used Tesla instead. While that's probably the best idea, especially if you want a car quickly, there's a lot you need to know. Keep watching to find out everything you need to know and why it's necessary to buy a Tesla now. Used Teslas tend to be priced high, and with the rising demand, as well as the lack of new vehicles readily available, chances are they'll climb even more. In addition, used inventory stands to dwindle as this whole situation continues to unfold. Tesla currently sells 4 models, and Model 3 was updated last year with the biggest upgrades we've seen since the launch of the car. The Model Y has been out for a year, and Tesla just recently refreshed the Model S and Model X to ship soon. When shopping for a Tesla, many people want to wait for proven drops or new features to come out for the car, but several reasons are proving that waiting might not be the best option. The automotive industry has been kind of a mess for over a year now. The COVID-19 pandemic stopped production for a time, so automakers have had to play catch-up. This caused a boom in the used market, and prices have started to soar. Now that we're heading out of the worst of the pandemic, brands are working to crank out cars, but a global chip shortage has made that next to impossible. Meanwhile, demand for Tesla vehicles appears to be skyrocketing. In fact, the electric automaker has reportedly sold out all of its production for Q2, and that happened fairly early in the quarter. No matter which new Tesla you order today, you're likely looking at long delays. Tesla keeps raising its prices too. This all means that many Tesla shoppers are now hitting the used market. Tesla Q1 was groundbreaking for them. They delivered over 184,000 cars, and 182,780 of those were Model 3s and Model Ys. These are their most popular vehicles due to their lower price range. This record-breaking quarter just shows how popular Tesla vehicles are and continue to be. There doesn't seem to be any issue with Tesla selling their vehicles, even though they start close to $40,000. Recently, Tesla has been raising their prices many times by around $500 to $1,000 each time. The latest increase came on May 7th and brought the cheapest Tesla up to a price of $39,500. This may make people want to wait for the prices to drop again, which they might, but not for a very long time. The entire car industry is facing a large chip shortage. This is not new, as it's been happening for a while now, and is affecting all major car makers who can make entire vehicles but can't finish them due to a large shortage of supply for the essential microchips. Thousands of new Ford trucks have been lining up at the Kentucky Speedway. They've been completed and ready to be sold, but lack semiconductors. These trucks are just sitting there until supply can catch up, which means that getting an actual complete Ford vehicle is proving very difficult. The automobile industry has been hit the worst by this shortage, with many brands leaving out high-end technological features to sell their vehicles. So with all this going on, is Tesla really breaking quarterly delivery records? According to their Q1 2021 earnings report, quote, "In Q1, we were able to navigate through a global chip supply shortage, in part by promoting extremely quickly 2 new microcontrollers, while simultaneously developing firmware for new chips made by new suppliers." Elon explained this further by stating that what happened in this quarter would repeat itself again in Q2 and Q3. And although the company faced some of the most difficult supply chain challenges ever experienced in the life of Tesla, and some difficulties with supply chain through the whole range of parts. He explained that they were able to navigate the chip shortage that others weren't able to work through. In turn, across the country, cars are getting more expensive, with about 13% of people who bought in April paying above the sticker price. Maxim Group analyst Aaron Chu issued a research note on Tesla Motors during an otherwise quiet Friday, addressing the stock's recent weakness in light of an upcoming price increase on the Model S sedan. The catalyst to this chatter was a forum blog posting on Tuesday, saying, quote, "Yes, we will be announcing a Model S price increase in the near future," reads the entry on Tesla's official website, going on to point out that the plan is to announce the price increase in 2 to 3 weeks, adding that those who have placed their deposits and finalized their orders won't be subjected to the hike. Now, a price increase is often seen as a good thing. When SiriusXM Radio announced a 12% price increase in January of this year, the stocks rallied. When Coinstar's Redbox introduced a 20% increase in its DVD rentals 13 months ago, the market interpreted it as a sign of strength. SiriusXM and Redbox wouldn't be increasing their rates unless they felt consumers wouldn't flinch. And that's essentially what has happened as the satellite radio provider and disc renting kiosk operators continue to grow their user counts. However, Tesla's case is unique. Critics have argued that slow production will make it hard for the company to nail its target of producing 20,000 cars next year on gross margins of 25%. Raising prices would help boost the profitability of the cars. But it may also be a response to thin out demand while supply can't keep up with its end of the bargain. Would an increase of $3,000 to $7,000 on the cars be too much? Would it thin out the pool of potential Tesla buyers? These are some of the fears and doubts expressed by the company and experts. However, Tesla isn't necessarily kissing the lower end of the electric market goodbye. A Gen 3 model should be out in a few years to compete with the entry-level vehicles in the low $30,000 range. However, a price increase is still a risky call. Tesla would likely keep raising their prices as demand for their new vehicle is soaring. There are still a few more reasons to buy now. On top of everything mentioned earlier, there is an impending federal credit for EVs that could arrive later this year. Rumor has it that a $10,000 point-of-sale program would be put in the United States that would include Teslas. Most are speculating that Tesla would continue to raise their prices and would raise them even further once this credit arrives. As unfortunate as it is for those wanting an affordable Tesla, the company isn't having any issue selling out their inventory for the quarter at their current prices. So if a $10,000 program came to be, they could theoretically raise their prices by $10,000 and see the same demand. In this situation, it just depends on how the automakers handle the situation and whether or not they raise their prices as well. Worst case scenario, Tesla raises their prices to cancel out this EV credit, and in a best case scenario, the EV credit saves a Tesla buyer $10,000 on the purchase of their car. That would be the one reason to wait it out. And while that's possible, most expect Tesla would raise their prices if it comes to be. Gas shortages are another reason that Tesla's demand could soar in the near future. A run of fuel began after a ransomware attack that shut down the Colonial Pipeline. It should be retired soon, but it has not only caused a gas supply to be sold out in many states, but the price to hit an all-time high as well. For those affected by this in the market for a new vehicle, an electric Tesla would look even more appealing. There are so many factors going on currently that would make it way harder and way more expensive to actually get a new Tesla when you want one. Right now might just be the time to order one to ensure that you take delivery before chip shortages worsen, demand skyrockets, and prices accelerate by a lot. Would you order a Tesla now? Let us know what you're thinking by leaving a comment in the comment section below. Stay tuned so you don't miss out on any new updates. Thanks!